ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்று தூப்புள் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
We started with the Pararupam. Now we go to the sixth paragraph, Vyuharupam, the second form. Based on the highest form of Lord, so we have the Vyuharupa, and each one is allotted because of the cause and effect. Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. The color of the Lord, since in the Vyuharupa, the reclining form on the Milky Ocean is understood as the form. The whiteness of the milk or Milky Ocean gets reflected on the Lord, though Lord is what we call Neela Megha Shyamala Varna. He is like a dark cloud, dark grey cloud. Even like what we call elephant's skin or the shadowed mountain. So while the clouds shadow the mountain from the sunlight, that also the color of the Lord. We have Tamil words Kayambuvannan. So it's called Atasi in Sanskrit. Atasi Pushpam. It's a light blue, bluish gray, grayish blue, whatever it is. But the change of color in English, he is different. Expression is different. He has changed his colors. The Lord also changed his colors. Changes his colors often and on. So Munnai Vannam, Palin Vannam. So we are going to see the note number 2, and then we go to the Palin Nirmai. So generally, natural phenomena are supposed to be as good as Lord Almighty, because the rain, for example, the rain or the trees which bear fruits, the river which has plenty of water. These are all natural phenomena where they don't have any bias, they don't have any partiality, nor selfishness. It is said in Sanskrit, the clouds do not drink water. If they start drinking water, then we will have no water. Therefore, then clouds are considered just by, for example, analogy, they are broad-minded. They always help others. So clouds help us with rain. The river help us. Rivers help us with water, and trees help us with fruits. The trees themselves do not eat their fruits. Swayam na khadanti phalani vrikshaha. The general saying. Swayam na khadanti phalani vrikshaha. Swayam na pibanti salilam nadyaha. The rivers do not drink water by themselves or for themselves. And then
Paropakara.
Vrishtim Varshanti Atmartham Meghaha. So we have let us look at the note number 2. Number 2. முன்னை வண்ணம் பாலின் வண்ணம் முழுதும் நிலை நின்ற பின்னை வண்ணம் கொண்டல் வண்ணம் வண்ணம் என்னுங்கால் பொன்னின் வண்ணம் மணியின் வண்ணம் புரையும் திருமேனி இன்ன வண்ணம் என்று காட்டீர் இந்தளூரீரே. This particular Divya Kshetram called Thiru Indalur is near Mayavaram, where the deity is called Parimala Ranganatha. And it is connected with Tirumeshya Alvar also. And when the Alvar came to worship the Lord, it was time for closing, and the screen was on. And therefore, he said, Neere Valdu Pom. If you don't give me darshan, if you don't give me seva, be happy, he said. Neere Valdu Pom. The Indalur, Thiru Indalur, near Mayavaram. Actually, in the city of Mayavaram. So this is Tirumangai Alvar's Periya Tirumazhi 498. So he says, Indalurire, Embermane, Parimala Ranganatha of Sri Indalur. Un Tirumeni Nirathai ஆராய்ந்து பார்த்தால், so according to the era, we say eon, the Krita, Treta, Dwapara and Kali, out of the 4 eras, yugas, so each one has got a different quality. We compare the yuga to a cow also with legs. Of course, Kripta Yuga, it has 4 legs. I mean, according to the what you call dharma. Dharma is represented by a cow. So dhenu. Dharma is called dhenu here. Krita Kali Yuga, in our Kali Yuga, it has got only 1 leg. In the sense, the righteousness, the good administration, the good qualities always are absent in Kali Yuga mostly. And we have the dharma is in peril. The duty sense is in danger. That is why people also go against God. Many become atheists. And we are actually running against the current. When we have bhakti towards the Lord, we are running against the current. And what is the color, original color of the Lord? Krita Yugatil Paal Pol Venmai Niram. So Munnai Vandam, Palin Vandam. So in the first Yuga, Munnai Vandam, Munnai is the previous. So in the Munnai Vandam, the first one, Modal, the first one. So Palin Vandam, he is as white as the milk. Then Kaliyugatil நீ கொள்ளும் கருமுகில் போன்ற கருமை நிறத்தான் நிலை நிற்பதாய் தெரிகிறது. Whereas the color, what you call, I said, bluish gray or grayish blue, it stands in good stead in all the times, in all future times also. This color, namely, say black, not pitch black, I mean, not completely black, but slightly black. So black, of course, we cannot explain. It is like what we call the skin of elephant's trunk. Again, I mean, the whole elephant's body also. So, முழுதும் நிலை நின்ற நிலை நிற்பதாய் தெரிகிறது. Alvar says, Tirumanga Alvar says, this is to be called the permanent color for the Lord. Then Pinnai Vannam, so after the Krita Yuga, Treta Yugatil Ponnirathayam, so he became gold in color, Ponnin Vannam. Then Maniyin Vannam, Dwapara Yugatil, it becomes Marakatam. Marakatam is the green gem. So the color of the Lord is green. பசுமை நிறத்தையும் கொள்கின்றாய். இந்த அச்சை திருமேனி என்ன நிறம் கொண்டது என்பதை காட்டி அருள வேண்டும். Generally, almost all the Moolavar, emerald, all the Moolavar Tirumeni of Divyamangala Vigraha of all the temples in Kali Yuga seem to be only black. And only Utsavar idol is made up of Panchaloha with the golden color also. So otherwise, all the Moolavar, all the main deity which does not come out of the sanctum sanctorum is always black in color. It may whatever be the material. Jade green Buddha. Okay. So again, the word color means the nature here. In Bangkok Palace. Okay. So in the color meaning the attitude of the Lord. The attitude of the Lord is also related to the color. And maybe in Krita Yuga the atmosphere is so congenial to him, and the Lord is more blissful, more graceful. And of course, it is his own making. In Krita Yuga, all people are good, the best you can say. And then they have to perform sacrifices to worship the Lord. They do it sincerely and so on. So we go to the next page. The most important point is the color of the Lord is not understood clearly. Meaning how he blesses the people of the creations in our especially Kali Yuga. So Shemban Nirmai. So whatever it is, whatever be the color, Palin Nirmai, Shemban Nirmai. Palin Nirmai was the last word in the expression in the previous page 52. So Shemban Nirmai. So whatever be the color, whether he is molten gold, according to Lord, Swami Medan Desika in his Sri Stuti, he says Tapta Jambuna Dabha. The molten gold. Molten gold is a gold which is in the form of a liquid. It's very beautiful. How many of us have seen? I have seen the melted gold. It's very beautiful. But we cannot make jewels out of melting gold. It is only with the copper we must add and then make jewel. So Shemban Nirmai. So again, whether he has a color of gold, he said 24 karat gold. Anippan, we also say Anippan. Anippan is the best gold. And again, the Palin Nirmai, the milk is as sweet as at any time to anybody who drinks it. Therefore, Shemban Nirmai also, the gold color is attractive, a feast to the eyes for everyone without any differentiation of status. So, இத்தியாதிகளில் இப்படியே கிருத்த திரேதாதி யுகங்கள் தோறும் மாறி மாறி வரும் நிறங்களை உடையவனான ரூபங்கள். So his form changes as per the goodness of the people created. The color also is in tune with the attitude of the people. People are more devoted most devoted in Krita Yuga, more devoted in Treta Yuga, a little less devoted, majority is less devoted to Dwapara, the Lord in Dwapara Yuga. And then we have come far away from the affection towards the Lord in Kali Yuga. Abhimana Visheshatva. There are exceptions. Everywhere there are exceptions. There are people who love God most and live in as they live in Krita Yuga. So Abhimana Visheshatale. So because of our respect, extraordinary respect, Abhimanaha meaning respect. Manaha means respect. Abhimanaha is affectionate respect. What do? We have the four words connected with the 4-5 forms. Jiva. So Jiva is Sankarshana. Manaha is Pradyumna. Ahankara is Aniruddha. And Shabda meaning scripture. So with regard to Vasudeva. So here, so Jiva, Manaha, Ahankara, Shabda Vachangalana. The Jiva, individual soul, Manaha, the mind, Ahankara, the egoism, Shabda, the scripture. Shabda is the Pramana, authority for our Kali Yuga. Of course, all the time, but it's more for the Kali Yuga. Because we don't have the, what we call, the direct vision of the Lord. Whereas in all other Yugas, there was identification of the Lord, of the Lord's divine quality in some objects or other. Today I received a video on a temple in Telangana, the Lord Lakshmi Narasimha temple in Telangana. It's a remote place in the forest. It says, the video says, the skin of the Lord Lakshmi Narasimha is very soft in the belly side. And everywhere you touch the stone idol, it is soft as human skin. So there is many, of course, miracles happen even today that we can identify the Lord. One another example is Tiruvishyanallur, Sridhar Ayyaval's home, where the well in the backyard has got what we call the overflow of the water on a particular day called Kritika Amavasya. Kartige Madathila Amavasya, on the new moon day, we have the water overflowing. Whereas in all the other 364 days, the well is dry, the driest well. It has no water, no drop of water. So we understand some miracles somewhere, sometimes. And so ஞான பலாதிகளில் இவ்விரண்டு குணங்களும் சம்ஹார சாஸ்திர பிரவர்த்தனாதிகளில் இவ்விரண்டு தொழில்களும் உடையனவாயிருக்கும். So we have 6 qualities: Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Shakti, Tejas, Viryam. And therefore, each one, out of the 6 qualities of the word Bhagavan, the first 2 letters, Bhaga, it consists of 6 qualities. The 6 qualities are distributed to the 3 forms. Vasudeva is common. And therefore, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, you can take it in the order. Jnana, Bala, these 2 qualities mark Sankarshana. Jnana, wisdom, Bala, this physical strength. Then Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Shakti. Aishwarya, Shakti belong to Pradyumna. And then Virya, Tejas. These 2 belong to Aniruddha. So, what is the purpose of these qualities of Bhagavan related to these three forms, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha? It is for first creation, then sustenance and dissolution. Shastra Pravartanadigalil, you read the Samhara later, the word Samhara later. So, இவ்விரண்டு தொழில்களும் உடையனவாயிரும். So, each pair of qualities give rise to first creation, then sustenance and dissolution. Now, number 8. So, வாசுதேவாதிகளான 4 வியூகங்களிலும் ஒவ்வொரு யூகத்திலே மும்மூன்றாக பிரிந்து கேசவன் தமரில் சொல்லுகிற திருநாமங்களுடைய ரூபங்கள் 12 வியூகாந்தரங்கள். Apart from these 4 main Vyuha Rupas, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. So in all the 4 Vyuha Rupas, we have got subsidiary forms, rather ancillary forms. That is what we call added forms, what called Vyuhantaranga. Vyuhantarangal. So மற்றொரு வியூக வகுப்புகள், B says மற்றொரு வியூக வகுப்புகள் in the sense another classification of the Vyuha forms. So what are those forms? The names are like this. So out of 12 names, divine names, Keshavadi, Damodara. Keshava, from Keshava to Damodara, we have got 12 names. So each 4 is taken into consideration for each form of Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. So Sankarshana consists of first 4 names Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda. And then the second, Pradyumna, so Vishnu, Madhusudana, Trivikrama, Vamana. And Aniruddha, we have Trivikrama, Vamana, Sridhara, Rishikesha, Padmanabha, Damodara. So these 4 names are, each 4 names are given. So these 12 names are also called Vyuha Rupa. And if you have, I think in some books we have seen each Rupa with the name Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudana, Trivikrama, Vamana, Sridhara, Rishikesha, Padmanabha, Damodara. So these are called Vyuhantaranga. So that means we have got the 4 qualities, the 4 forms qualities also, namely out of the 6 qualities, each takes 2. And then out of the 12 names, each takes 4 names. Now, while we go deep into the form of every name out of the 12, we can understand clearly how Sankarshana has got 4 names, Aniruddha, Pradyumna has got 4 names, and Aniruddha has got 4 names. Then we go to the next paragraph, 9. Vibhavangalavana. Of course, there are printing errors there. Va is missing. So Vibhavangalavana. Meenai, Amayumai. So starting with the fish and the tortoise, Ityadigal Itpadiye. Now we are looking at the note number 1. So we have what we call more respect for some avatars, which we know, whereas among the Vyuha Rupa also we have some preferences. We like always, of course, sustenance instead of creating and dissolution. We may like the sustenance god. So here we have Tiruchanda Vrittam. So Palin Nirmai, Shamban Nirmai, Pashin Pasumpuram. So Palin Nirmai. So already we saw that non-differentiation of status to give sweetness to the people who drink the milk. Then Shamban Nirmai. the very vision of the goal, a good quality goal, is a pleasure to see for anyone to enjoy. So there is no partiality. Then Pashi in Pashumpuram. So you have what you call moss, MOSS. Pashi, we call it in Tamil. These are some plants, what we call the water plants, which grow along with the lotuses also. The lotuses are beautiful. The red lotuses are beautiful with the background of green color of the moss. Kalidasa says in his Abhijnana Shakuntalam, the best drama in Sanskrit, as we say, and one of the best books in literature in the world. So on seeing Shakuntala with a what we call bark garment in a hermitage of a sage called Kashyapa, otherwise called Kanva, Dushyanta describes how she is beautiful, how beautiful she is. He says, Sarasijam Anuvidham. The lotus is associated. Sarasijam Anuvidham. Shaivalena Piramyam. Though it is associated with mass, it is very beautiful. If you touch the mass will stick to your hand and it will be what we call loathsome if you touch it. Loathsome is Tamil aruvarupu. You get disgusted as you see because it is dirty in nature. Though it is in water, it sticks to our hands. You would have heard about a thorny plant called Nayurvi. And while you go nearby, your dresses, your dhoti gets all the thorns attached. In order to remove the thorns from your dress, it is very difficult. Get attached. So also mask gets attached to your hand, but because it is dirty, sticky nature of the plant. But while you see at a distance the moss along with the lotuses, it will be very beautiful. You have what we call color contrast. So in the color contrast, the lotus is more beautiful. He said, the Dushyanta said, her lover, he love at first sight. He's going to love her. Shakuntala. Shakuntala is more beautiful like a lotus with moss. Meaning that the moss is the what we call the bark garment she wears. And she is, of course, the king's daughter, princess, Vishwamitra's daughter. Menaka was the mother, so Vishwamitra was the father. So he has no doubt that she belongs to a royal family, though the love is blind. Love at first sight is blind. And he says his mind will not go wrong. And his mind will always love the same caste girl, the same Varna girl. And therefore, here he also compares in many ways how Shakuntala is more beautiful. So Treta, now what happens is Pashi in Pashumburam. The Lord is as green as the moss. But he is not dirty. So that's the meaning. Normally, what we call a comparison, a standard of comparison is always less in quality, inferior in quality than the what we call upameya, what is to be compared, what is to be understood. The standard of comparison helps you to understand the original nature of the upameya, that is what is to be understood. What we call the hero, the heroine, or the main subject of the book. So here, So Pasumburam Polum Nirmai. So already we saw the word Polum in two Tirupavais. In fourth Tirupavai, Aழிமழைக்கண்ணா ஒன்று நீ கைகரவேல் ஆழியுள் புக்கு முகந்தோடு ஆர்த்தேரி ஊழி முதல்வன் போல் மெய்கருத்து பாழியன்றோருடைய பற்பனாபன் கையில் ஆழி போல் மின்னி வலம்புரி போல் நின்றதென்று. So you have the 28th Pasuram also, we say, 26th Pasuram, Male Manivanna. So Polvana Sangangal Poipadudayanave. I told you the standard of comparison is not the best or exactly similar object to the object that should be understood. So Upameyam is always superior in quality than the Upama. And therefore, so Treta Yugatil Shemmayana. Now, Nirmai, Potpudai Tadattu Vandu Vindulam. So Potpudai we are talking about the gold color. Potpudai meaning the gold color. Tadattu Vandu Vindulam. Because it is a rare gold lotus. Gold lotus color. Lotus color is gold color. And the color is, the lotus is always approached by bees, honey bees. Vandu Vindulam. Then Neela Nirmai Endivai. Neela Nirmai. Neela in Tamil, also Sanskrit, is black. So Neelam doesn't mean blue as we say in Tamil. So Neela Nirmai Endrivai. Nirenda Kalam Nangumai. So we have got 4 yugas, 4 timings, namely Krita, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. So இந்த நிறங்களுடன் அந்தந்த யுகங்களில் அவதரித்து அவற்றை நடத்தி போகும் எம்பெருமானது சௌலபியத்தை மாலின் நீர்மை. The நீர்மை எளிமை we used to say for saulabhyam. So nearby also can be used as the meaning of saulabhyam here. So accessibility, his accessibility. So எம்பெருமானது சௌலபியத்தை மக்கள் அறிந்து வாழாமல் புறக்கணித்தது என்ன தன்மையோ. Tiruchanda Vritam is sorry, I mean, about people who do not have devotion towards the Lord. Because Malin Nirmai, Tirumalin Nirmai, Lord Sriman Narayana's accessibility, Vayyaham Maranda, then the whole world has forgotten. Enna Nirmaye. So what is the point in forgetting the Lord? For that all the people have forgotten. And majority have forgotten. Majority do not believe in God. Majority are atheists and so on. So here the note number 2, ஆனானார் உடையானென் ரஹ்தே கொண்டு உகந்து வந்து தானே இன்னருள்சை தென்னை முற்றமும் தானானான் மீனாய் ஆமையுமாய் நரசிங்கமுமாய் குரலாய் காணார் ஏனமுமாய் கற்கியாய் மின்னம் கார் வண்ணனை. Tiruvazhmozhi, so Nammalvar's Samaveda representation. Lord took a lot of incarnations. Anan Aludayan. Whatever be the form, he is a leader. He was the governor. Agade Kondu Uhandu Vandu. He took the what we call the relevant form and he happily incarnated. Not because he has been forced to incarnate. Of course, we say that Hiranyakashipu, when he asked his son Prahlada, where is your Sriman Narayana? He said, Tamil, Toonilum Irupan, Turumbilum Irupan. He will be in the very tiny object, tiniest object, also the big pillar where you constructed the palace in your hall. In your hall, there are pillars. It is said that Hiranyakashipu himself was the civil engineer who supervised the construction of the hall, where from one of the pillars, Lord Lakshmi Narasimha appeared suddenly. So he never expected such a great shock will haunt him. Therefore, Anan, he became Aludayan, and he was leading. He was always governing. Ahide kondu uhandu vandu. He took up the relevant forms. Uhandu vandu, he happily did it. He came here happily. Tane innarul shay. He himself took the task of blessing us. He gave us good blessings. Ennai muttravum tananan. Alvar says, he became myself, or I became himself. He occupied my mind. Ennul pugundan. Another Alvar says, Ennul pugundan. Nenju niraya pugundan, he says. Nenju niraya pugundan. What will be the size of my heart? So he entered into the heart completely, occupied, engaged, conquered, and so on. So conquered my heart. Muttravum tanana. And so he took a lot of incarnations. Meenai, Matsyamai, Amayamai, Kurmamai, Narasingamamai, Narasinganai, Vamanai, Kuralai. Kural meaning a dwarf. So Vamananai, then Varahamai, Yenamumai. Yenam is Varaham. Yenam is a Tamil word, is also for, in Sanskrit also it is used, I think. So Varahamai, it's a great boar. So Ini Varapohum Karkiyai. So the Kalki, we say the 10th incarnation in the Kali Yuga end. Kali Yuga is a lot of lakhs of years to go to end. So இனி வரப்போகும் கற்கியாய் மற்றும் அவதாரங்களை எல்லாம் எனக்காகவே செய்து தானே இன்னருள் செய். So that's meaning. So he did it for only myself. What we call, when we say the Pasuram, when we recite the Pasuram, we feel that Lord took incarnations only for ourselves. So எனக்காகவே செய்து என்னை அணைத்துக் கொண்டான். So what is the best way of blessing from the Lord? In Ramavatara, he showed that he embraced Guha, he hugged Hanuman, and so on. For the help that Hanuman did, he hugged him very tightly. So that was the blessing given by Rama Avatara. So என்னை அணைத்துக் கொண்டான். So he embraced me. Rather, I embraced him. So it's a mutual embrace, a tight embrace. So என்று நான் நினைத்ததையே கொண்டு, that's what Alvar imagined to attain. That was the goal for him. So தானே என் மீது இனி அருளை செய்து என்னை உத்தேசித்தே மற்றும் எல்லா அவதாரங்களையும் எனக்கு காட்டியருளினான் எம்பெருமான். So this is what we must feel. Of course, during those incarnations, we don't remember that whether we were there in our births, previous births. But even today, we must feel that looking at the history of all the incarnations, we must feel that we were also blessed in those times. And therefore, even in Kali Yuga, what is called the Black Era, we are born as human beings to understand the greatness of the Lord. So we have been blessed to understand the greatness of the Lord. By going through the books, we are able to gain knowledge, at least a little knowledge. And we have preceptors to explain to us. We have sources, materials to rely upon to understand the greatness of the Lord. We have, let me go to page 54. So now what are those vibhavas? This is the third form that we have understood as a common word, vibhavaha. Vibhavaha meaning a pompous festivity is called vibhava. It's not an ordinary existence, but what you call gala existence. The word gala is used in English today. We have a very, what you call, not um, it's a very, very, very good show. Very good show.
Grand show.
Grand show, right? Grand show. It's a grand show. Vibhuti itself means prosperity. So what is that Vibhuti? Vibhuti is Leela Vibhuti here. So he became one with the Vibhuti. Though he created the Vibhuti for his sports games, though he is untouched by the bad qualities of the Vibhuti, the Vibhuti meaning prosperity of the world, all the creations. Here Leela Vibhuti. Sajatiyangalai Tondrum Rupangal. So he became one of the forms available there already. Because there is what you call species of fish, the Jalajantu, the water-born creature is fish. So he took the form of fish. He took the only one unnatural form is Narasimha. Neither man nor lion, but it's a man-lion form. Otherwise, we can say that he took only Sajatiyangalana Tondrum Rupangal. Sajatiyangala meaning joining with the species of this world. He became one with the world. And that is called Vibhava. Some, of course, exceptions are there because extraordinary quality of the Lord should be understood. And therefore, while in Ramavatara and Krishnavatara, he showed himself as a divinity. And therefore, Krishnavatara is a complete divinity where we can understand his ways which are inscrutable. We cannot understand why he did it. We cannot follow Lord Krishna in all his activities. He became, rather in US word, weird. He behaved in weird way, W-E-I-R-D. We do not know why. Maybe to convert people into good people, bad people to good people. அவை தம்மிலே தோன்றுவன சில ரூபங்கள் விபவாந்தரங்கள். So we have got the Vibhava, which we are not very much familiar with, namely Hayagriva Avatara, Hamsa Avatara, Dhanvantari Avatara, Dattatreya Avatara, Kapila Avatara, and so on. These are some of the avatars which we are not very much familiar with. Kapila Avatara is meant for creating a philosophy called Sankhya. And it was in the form of a sage, Kapila sage. And it's a Kapila, the word Kapila means a color called tawny, Tawny, little what you call brown in color. Just like the sages wear saffron garment, kavi udai. There got a lot of avatars mentioned in Bhagavata, 22 in Bhagavata are mentioned. We have, so Vibhavantarangal. So some forms are different categories of Vibhava. Then we go to the fourth one, so Antaryami. So 11th paragraph. Antaryami ரூபமாவது கண்கள் சிவந்து இத்தியாதிகளின்படியே உள்ள யோகிகளுக்கு காணலாவது ஒரு சூக்ஷ்ம ரூப விசேஷம். Though we say in general that all of us have got Antaryami in our heart, along with the Jiva, the individual soul, the inner soul is also called Antaryami. This is exactly visible, clearly visible only to yogis. That is those who meditate very deeply, and those who have done for a long time in the sense you can say light years. Light travels very fast, and we call it a distance. We call it a distance in light year. how many light years are we from the moon, sun, and so on? The science says light years. So how much time the light travels fast? It takes that much time, that many years. It's not a small time. So yogigalukku kaanalavathu oru sukshma roopa vishesham. It's an invisible form, it's a subtle form, it's an extraordinary form, it's a special form, it's a beautiful form. And these forms are identified only by, recognized only by sages, saints, who have performed a lot of penance. And Vedanta Deshika says in his Bhagavad-dhyana Sopanam, which was beautifully sung by Rajagopalan Swami earlier, first verse of Bhagavad-dhyana Sopanam. Antarjyotihi kimapi aminam anjanam yoga drishtehe, he says. Kimapi. Vedanta Deshika is also not able to describe fully how that kimapi, what is the greatness of the form, what is the beauty of the form, how to assess the beauty of the form, how to measure the handsomeness of the form. It's not possible. So kimapi, he said, something indescribably great. Yaminam, those who have controlled their sense organs. Yoga drishte, or from the vision of meditating mind. The kimapi yaminam anjanam, it looks like what we call the collyrium. Lord being the black, being in black color in Kali Yuga. Today we are talking about Kali Yuga yogis, you who come and worship Lord Ranganatha of Sriranga. Anjanam yoga drishte. In order to understand the vision, understand clearly the form, our eyes must be good eyes. In order to make our vision of the eyes good, so collyrium is applied. Mai vanna narungunji. About the locks of hair of Lord Alvar says, Mai vanna narungunji. In Tirukkurundandagam, he says that. The Namalvar says that. The black color of the locks of hair. So here, so when collyrium is applied, the vision is clear, as though intraocular lens has been installed in the eye surgery. So yogigalukku kaanalavathu sukshma roopa vishesham. So how do you understand that it is called, otherwise called Kangal Shivandu, the red color of the eyes. The red color is for showing the affection. The red color also can show the anger. But here it's what we call crimson red color, the light red color, which shows affection, kindness. So how is it? So we will take up the Achavatara, Achavataramavadu, Tamaruhandu Evuruvam, Avuruvandane, Tamaruhandadu Epper Matrapper. That we will take it up after this note number 1. So Thiruvaimozhi, again Nammalvar says, so Kangal Shivandu, his divine eyes are red in color because of affection towards us. Kangal Shivandu. Periyavai. So Periyavai meaning he is a Purushottamaha. The eyes become larger in size. Vedanta Deshika, following Amalanadi Piran of Tirupanalvar, says about the eyes in the Bhagavad-dhyana Sloka. Kantam Vaktram. The face is very beautiful, attractive. Kantam Vaktram. At the same time, Lord Ranganatha understands why you have come to worship the Lord. Worship him. He says, Sabhiprayam Smita Vikasitam. He understands your intention, why you come to the temple. So, Sabhipraya Smita Vikasitam Charu Bimbadharoshtam. Charu Bimbadharoshtam. Again, you look at the Tamil words here. Periyavai Vayum Shivandu Kanindu. Kanindu. They have become a fruit as sweet as a fruit. Generally, because we compare the what you call lips with the kovai fruit. It's called today. Uh, it's a rather bitter in unripe unripe form. Dondakai, we say. Dondakai. Dondakai, we take it as a vegetable. So dondakai is called kovakai. Kovakai is what we call the bimba fruit. He says, charu bimba adhara oshtam. The lower lip as well as the upper lip are like the bimba fruit. Kovakai. I mean, kova param. Kovai chavai. So Shivandu Kanindu. The color is cannot be described. While you look at the plant of Dondakai, you see the half red and half green the fruit, unripe fruit. When the ripe fruit is there, the ripe fruit is always beautiful with red color. So he says, Charu Bimbadaroshtam. It is beautiful. The lips are beautiful. Sabhiprayasmita vikasitam charu bimbadaroshtam. Why are we there in the temple? Dukkha paya pranayini jane. Because we are caught in danger and suffering, we love the Lord more and more. Every time we get into trouble, we start loving the Lord more and more. So, dukkha, suffering. Even for other suffering, we go and pray. So, dukkha apaya, danger. Dukkha apaya. Therefore, we love. Pranayini jane, people love. Devotees love God because of the troubles, personal troubles. Dukkha apaya pranayini jane, duradatta. He gives interview. Lord Ranganatha is ready to give you interview. That is appointment. Duradatta. Even when you reserve from Delhi, your flight to Sri Lanka. Before you reserve the ticket, Lord gives you the boon of reservation of the ticket, flight ticket. Dukkapaya pranayini jane duradattaabhimukyam kantam, attractive. Vaktram, face. It is not vakram, it is not crooked face. It is a very beautiful face, handsome face. Kantam, vaktram. No, instead of Tengalai or Vadagalai, we have Kanaka Tilaka Alankritam Ranga Bhattu. Kanaka Tilaka Alankritam. The golden mark on the forehead. Kanaka Tilakam. We may be reminding us that he was golden in color in Treta Yuga, because we are talking of Rama here. Rama is standing a number of Utsava idol in Sri Lanka. And therefore, so Kanaka Tilaka Alankritam Ranga Bhattu, Ranganatha. Swantam, Swami Deshika says, he should be in my mind. Swante Gadham, he should be deeply inscribed in my mind, so that it is indelible impression. My mind should have Ranganatha's imagination, face imagination, so that even when I don't go to the temple, I must remember him. So, Swante Gadham deeply, Mama Vilagati. Mama, in my mind, Vilagati, it gets attached as the mass attaches to our hands. Pashi Pasumpuram, is it? Pashi Pasumpuram, the previous verse, Alva. So it is as green as. So they get attached. The attachment is permanent. It never gets away. So, Sante Gadham Mama Vilagati Swagata Udara Netram. The eyes of the Lord become broader and broader. Generally, it is also Samudrika Lakshanam for all the people, men and women, that eyes must be large. and that will mark the beauty of the face. Swagata Udaranetram. He is not reluctant to meet us. He is not indifferent towards the devotees. He welcomes the devotees. Swagata Udara Netram. So Tirupanalvar's Tamil words must be remembered here. It is also given here a few, one or two letters, words here. So Shavvari Odi. So I think Rajagopala Swami will help. Tirupanalvar's பறந்து செவ்வரியோடி பெரியவாய நீண்ட அந்த கண்கள் என்னை பேதமை செய்தனவே. So there is செவ்வரியோடி. That செவ்வரியோடி is called சிவந்து, red color.
நீண்ட அப்பெரியவாய கண்கள்.
பெரியவாய கண்கள். So that's why பெரியவாய் இது. So வாய், the mouth is also very big because first he talks a lot, number one.
இல்ல உலகமுண்ட பெருவாய்.
உலகமுண்ட பெரிய, yeah. The entire Leela Vibhuti goes into the mouth during dissolution. Therefore, ஈரேழு 14 லோகங்களும் உன்னுடைய வாயுக்குள்ள வாயுளே கண்டாள் வாயுளே. Shashoda saw the mouth where all the worlds are there. ஏழுலகம் கண்டாள் வாயுளே. Here, so சிவந்து கனிந்து உள்ளே, again how are the teeth? So inside the mouth, உள்ளே வெண்பல் இலகு. So the teeth are white in color, pure white in color. So இலகு சுடர் இலகு. So it's shining. So it's like light shining light. So வெண்பல் இலகு சுடர் இலகு விலகு மக்கர குண்டலத்தம். So he has got ear studs, the earrings. They are makara kundalata. They are in the form of fish. The first incarnation, as we can say. But the fish is not the first incarnation according to Srimad Bhagavatam. Some incarnations are earlier to fish. So makara is generally called fish, especially whale, and also you can say Timingilo as a shark. There are three meanings for makara. Makara meaning generally fish, and it also means a bigger fish like whale or shark. But here it's for a golden stud. So makara kundalattan. The fish is the oldest fashion in ear stud. Ilag makara kundalattan. The two ear studs are also shiny. And Kondal Vandan, he is as beautiful as cloud. So Kondal means cloud. Then Shudar Mudiyan. We have got the scriptural sentence Hiranya Keshaha. Hiranya Keshaha. His hairs, locks of hairs also are gold in color. Tirumudiyil Kireetam Sudar Vidhendrathu says in Tamil. His hairs are also made up of gold. Hiranya. There is a sentence in scripture which tells you that everything that belongs to the Lord is gold. Just like goddess also. Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarnarajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmi. So also Hiranmaya Vapuhu we say with regard to Sandhyavandana last part every day. We say Hiranmaya Vapu. The whole body is made up of gold. The sense gold in color. So இரண்டு திருச்செவிகளிலும், so திருவாயினுள் வெண்மையான முத்துக்கள் போல், ஹிரண்மயேன பத்ரேன, okay, பத்ரேன, okay, it's a leaf like stud. ஸோ திருவாயினுள் வெண்மையான முத்துக்கள் போல பல்வலிசை விளங்குகின்றது. 2 திருச்செவிகளிலும் மகர குண்டங்கள் அசைகின்றன. கருமுகில் போன்ற திருமேனி நிறம், திருமுடியில் கிரீட்டம் சுடர் விடுகின்றது. Swami Vedanta also says about separately the kiritam over the head of Lord Ranganatha, actually Utsava Vigraha. Here, 4 தோள்களும் என்னை அணைத்தபின் மிக பிரகாசிக்கின்றது. The 4 shoulders, which have 4 weapons, rather 4 ornaments as weapons, or weapons as ornaments. They also are bright. They also look unique. என்னை அணைத்தபின், he says Alvar is little selfish in description. So because he embraced me, because he hugged me, all these ornaments also are bright. வளைந்த சார்கம், the bent bow, திருவாழி, the சக்கரத்தாழ்வார், the சுதர்சனம், திருச்சங்கு, பாஞ்சஜன்யம், கதை, கௌமோதகி, the mace, வாழ், நந்தகஹா, it is a khadga, a sword, ஆகிய ஒப்பற்ற பஞ்சாயுதங்களுடன் அடியேனது மனத்தினுள் பிரகாசிக்கின்றான். So he is also bright in my mind, my inner soul, as my inner soul, in my heart, that Lord is easily discernible, clear in vision. So we'll take up the next Mudal Tiruvandadi 44 in the next session. So this is all what we call enjoying the Tirumeni, the divine form of the Lord. Along with Alvar, we must experience it. That's all. The experience is not theoretically possible, rather plausible also, and therefore it should be experienced in the heart individually, because it is Antaryami Rupa. The 5th Rupam will be taken up maybe in the page 55 and so on. So we have the 4th Rupa, Antaryami, which we can enjoy only by meditation, dhyanam, upasana, the repetition of the names, of the divine names of the Lord.
அடியேன் ஒரு சின்ன டவுட்.
சொல்லுங்க.
ரங்கநாதர் உற்சவர் உற்சவர் தானே கிருஷ்ணரா இருக்க முடியும். ஏன்களுங்க, அவர் தான் இந்த இதுக்கு போறாரு, நாச்சாருங்க, இந்த உறையூருக்கெல்லாம் போறாரு. அவர் அது எப்படி, அது என்ன கணக்குல? ஏன்னா அவர் படுத்திருக்கிற எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கார், யோக நிதிரையில எல்லாத்தையும் பண்ணிருக்கார். ஸோ அவர் கண்டிப்பா ஒரு ராமரனுடைய இதுவா பண்ணும்போது, பட் இவர் கிருஷ்ண சேஷங்களா தான் இருக்கிற போது எப்படி அவரு கிருஷ்ணாவும் இவர் ராமராவும் சொல்றாரு? எனக்கு
இல்ல அது வேடிக்கையான என்னன்னா, திருவடியில பாதுக இருக்கிறதுனால ராமன், திருவடியில வேற எந்த கோவில் பெருமாள் திருவடியிலையும் பாதுகை கிடையாது. நோ சாண்டல்ஸ், டிவைன் சாண்டல்ஸ் இன் எனி ஃபார்ம், இன் எனிவேர் இன் அர்ச்சாவதாரா. Number 1. So that is the identification as Rama. The second point is, look at Bhagavad Gita Sopanam, 11th verse. Agre kinchit, a little in front. Bhujaga Shayanaha, one who is reclining on the serpent. Agre kinchit, Bhujaga Shayanaha, Swatmanaivatmanaha san. Lord Krishna is not different from Rama. Lord Rama is not different from Krishna. Lord Ranganatha is not different from Rama and Krishna. So as your argument is very beautiful, because he is going to Kamalavalli Nachiyar in Orayur, he goes to many places, he travels.
சேட்டுங்களை காட்டுற மாதிரி ஆக்ஷன் உள்ள உற்சவர் தான் கிருஷ்ணரா இருக்க முடியும் அப்படின்னு திடீர்னு தோணுச்சு. இப்ப நீங்க சொன்னது நான் ஆக்சுவலா அப்படிதான் நினைச்சுட்டே இருந்தேன். அது எப்படி அனுபவிச்சிருக்காங்கன்னு தெரியல.
No. There is no difference among Alvars in treating Lord Rama as Krishna and Rama. You find in Kurundandagam, in the first line, he says about Rama. The third line, he says about Narasimha. That is what you find here.
அவளுடைய
So there is,
அனுபவங்கள் தான் அது.
so here there is no difference between incarnations. Of course, in general form, the basic form is not different. From Pararupam also is not different. Pararupam, முன்னாடியே பார்த்தோம், நேற்று பார்த்தோம்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அங்கே வைத்து இங்கு உகக்க வந்து, டுடே ஐ திங்க், அங்கே வைத்து, the Pararupam is there already, permanent there in Srivaikuntham. So we have here in Tirukkurundandam he says, காற்றினை புனலை தீயை. Almost all Alvars repeat the same thing, namely, he is in the form of Panchabhutas, 5 gross elements. Kartinai, he is in the form of wind. Punalai, he is in the form of water. Thiyai, he is in the form of fire. Then what did he become? Kadimadil Ilangai Shetra Etrinai. He became a lion to meet another lion in Sri Lanka. He went over the ramparts, walls, crossed the walls of the fort, very, very well guarded fort of Sri Lanka, and entered into the den of Ravana. That's what, so in the first line he says that, Nammalva. And the third line, in the same verse, he goes further, Imayam Meye Edil Mani Tiralai, Inba Vatinai, Amudan Tannai, Audanar Virai Unda Kutinai. He became a god of death to Hiranyakashipu. Audanar Virai Unda Kutinai. He finished Hiranyakashipu as what they call god of death. He was Yama to Hiranyakashipu. Gunangondu Ullam Kurni Kurumare. So almost all incarnations are mixed up. In Tirunelveli also, we have in 21, we have, I think, 21. We have, let me just tell you one quote. He says only in Tirunelveli, Maivanna Narungunji Kudal Pin Thala. Maivanna Narungunji Kudal Pin Thala applies to both Rama and Krishna. Exactly what we just now saw. Makaram Sher Kudai Irubadu Ilangi Ada. The ear stud, both ear studs are moving beautifully. Then Eivanna Venjalaye Tunaya Inge Iruvarai Vandar En Munne Nindrar. Rama and Lakshmana showed themselves to the Alva. Venjalaye Tunaya. The beautiful meaning of the word Venjalaye Tunaya. Why did they take bow to the forest? Why did they need bow to the forest? Kaikeyi said, live like a sage, give like a sage. Whatever be the life of a sage, you undergo that sage's life. Whereas, why did he take the bow? Even Hanuman and Sugriva mistake him as some intruders, rather terrorists, having a bar garment as their dress, like a sage, and having bow in the hand, a weapon in the hand. And it is said very beautifully, Kaikeyi allowed him to take the bow because she did not understand that bow is like an ornament. So bow was not an ornament in the eyes of Kaikeyi. Therefore, Kaikeyi, fortunately or unfortunately, allowed Rama to take up the bow along with him. Whereas she asked Sita to leave all her jewels, all her costly sarees here. Anasuya, Atri's wife, Atri sage's wife, Anasuya gives her ornaments and beautiful dresses also. Kaikeyi was so cruel in attitude, but she did not notice the presence of bow in the hands of both Lakshmana and Lakshmana was the bow actually. Lakshmana was the bow, and the bow itself, the nature of the original nature of the bow, the natural nature of the bow, quality of the bow is to send arrows to the enemies. Whether if you just touch the bow, it will send arrows. You need not to fix the arrow and send the bow. I mean, send the arrows. The bow is only for fighting with the enemies. So the bow has what we call the cruel quality, which naturally. So it is a companion to the Lord, Rama and Lakshmana. And இருவராய் முன்னம் வந்தார் என் முன்னே வந்தார் முன்னே நின்றார் கைவண்ணம் தாமரை வாய் கமலம் போலும் கண்ணிணையும் அரவிந்தம் அடியும் மகுதே அவ்வண்ணத்தவர் நிலைமை கண்டும் தோழி அவரை நாம் தேவர் என்று அஞ்சினோமே. Now the beauty is here, Rama was not identified as human being by Alvar. I mean, he wanted to identify him as human being, but unfortunately he had a fear of looking at Rama as God himself. Devarendra Anjanomi. Because he has a bow in his hand, Alvar actually wants to be a little humorous also. Devarendra Anjanomi. In order to meet a human being, there is no problem. Another human being is not a problem. But suddenly meeting a God in our near proximity gives a shock. Of course, Alvar's shock is pleasant shock. That is different. But it is for enjoying the personality, divine personality in the human being. So we are being, Advaitam says all of us are gods. All of us. Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi says, Aham Brahmasmi. Soham. All these words supporting the Advaitic view. Advaitic view says we are all gods. We are all almighty. So there's no difference between Rama looking at Lord Ranganatha's either Utsava or Mulavar as either Rama or Krishna or both. Sometimes, so in the case of reclining Lord Ranganatha, we have to identify him with what we call the scar on his belly, stomach, where the rope was bound by Yashoda. Damodaraha. That's why we say Lord Krishna is to be identified with Lord Ranganath. There is a scar. There is a scar. And actually, the Utsava Vigraha hides the scar behind him.
இன்னைக்கு திருமணி புராண திருநட்சத்திரம்.
ஆமா ஆமா. Makam. Makha Nakshatra. Makha meaning velvi, sacrifice. Yaga, Yajnam. Shatamakha is Indra. 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices have been.
சதமக்க மணி நீலா. அது என்ன சுவாமி? அது என்ன சதமக்க மணி நீலா சாரு?
Satamaka Mani is Indramani, Indranilamani. That is blue sapphire. The blue sapphire is called Indranilam. Lapis lazuli is, of course, I think Vairam, diamond. And this has got some other name. The sapphire is called Sapphi. Blue sapphire.
ராமானுஜதயாவக்ரம் ஞான வைராக்கிய பூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்த தேசிகம் கவிதா ஜெகதுமாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமக வாரிதிவசிரோபங்க பஞ்சாபராக்கிரமா ஸ்ரீமான் வெங்கடநாதார்ய சிரம் விஜயதா புவி தீரொன்று தோப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழிகள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வாழேற போமளவு
தன்யோஸ்மி. கூரத்தாழ்வானை பத்தி நிறைய பேர் பேசுறா ஸ்ரீரங்கத்துல இன்னைக்கு சாயங்காலம்.
ஆனா
டெய்லி
உண்மையாவே சுவாமி கூரத்தாழ்வார் மாதிரி ஒரு ஒரு கேரக்டரே இல்ல சாமி. அது நீங்க எவ்வளவு எனக்கு என்ன ரொம்ப ஒரு பிடிச்ச, அதாவது அந்த முக்குறு பர்த்தவங்கிறதுனுடைய இது சரியான ஒரு
எக்ஸாம்பிள்.
கேப்ஷன் அது. அதே
ராமானுஜரான
இல்ல அதே மாதிரிதான் இவரு நம்ம இவரை பார்த்தாங்கன்னா நம்ம தேனாளுராம சுவாமி கிட்டத்தட்ட அதே நான் அப்படிதான் அவரையும் இவரையும் நினைச்சுக்கிறது. முக்குறும் பருத்தவருங்கிறதுல வரும்போது தேனாளுராம சுவாமி அதேதான் தன்னுடைய இதையுமே இது பண்ணிக்கிறலங்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு
அதுதான் ஆக்சுவலி பிரேஷ மந்திரஹான்னு பேரு. சன்னியாசி ஆகிறதுக்கு ஒரே ஒரு வரியான், நான் முக்குறும்பை அறுக்கிறேன்னு சொல்லணுமா. அதுதான் பிரேஷ மந்திரமா. ஒரு வரி தான் அது. இன்னும் தெரியல யார் ரகசியமா வச்சுருக்கா. ஐ டோன்ட் ஹாவ் there's a three types of desires. That's it.
ஆனா அவர் பிரேஷ மந்திரம் சொல்லாத ஒரு சன்னியாசி யாரு?
அது கூடத்தான். ராமானுஜரோட வயசுல பெரியவர்.
ஆமா 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 ஆமா.
அதே மாதிரி இதுல அந்த
எல்லாரும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்ப இவர் இருக்காரு நம்ம இங்க இதுல இருக்காரு, இதுல ஆளோட்ட கைங்கரம் பண்ணாரு அவரு பெரியவர்.
திருக்கட்சி நம்பி
முதலியாண்டான் அவரு பெரியவர். ஆழ்வார் எல்லா அந்த சிஷ்யா எல்லாருமே அவரோட பெரியவா இல்லையா? நான் சொல்றது கரெக்ட் தானே?
ஆமா ஆமா. விருத்தாகா சிஷ்யாகனே சொல்றது உண்டு. அது இதுக்கு தட்சிணாமூர்த்தியை பத்தி சொல்ற பொழுது அவர் குருர் யுவான்னே சொல்றது. குருர் யுவா, டீச்சர் இஸ் யங்கர், விருத்தாகா சிஷ்யாகா, ஓல்டு பீப்புள் ஆர் டிசைபிள்ஸ்.
அழகு.
மௌனம், மௌனமா இருந்தார் குரு. குரோர் மௌனம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவார். சைலண்டா இருந்தார். தி டீச்சர் வாஸ் சைலண்ட். சிஷ்யாக சின்ன சம்சயாக, disciples got their doubts clear. The teacher was the teacher was silent and the disciples got their doubts clear. So that is the what we call communication, inspiration that comes from the teacher. கூரத்தாழ்வானுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் அது. பிகாஸ் ஹி பிகேம் சன்னியாசின்னு சொன்ன, அதாவது அந்த காவி உடைய உடுத்தின்னு எங்க போனார் அவர் ராமானுஜரை காப்பாத்துறதுக்காக. ராமானுஜர் வெள்ளை உடை உடுத்தினார். ராமானுஜருக்கு அந்த வேற வெள்ளை ஆடை உடுத்திக்க வேண்டிய கட்டாயம் ஏற்பட்டது. He had a white dress.
டு எஸ்கேப்.
ஆமா, in order to, அதாவது தர்சனத்துக்காக தர்சனம் இழந்தவர்னு சொல்லுவான். In order to, in order to save the philosophy of Vaishnavism, he lost his vision. Tamil beautiful, Tamil rhyming beautiful. Jakashoda Swami would understand. தர்சனத்துக்காக தர்சனம் இழந்தோம். In order to save the philosophy concept, he lost his vision. Same word, darshanam. தர்சனத்துக்காக. தர்சனம் is ஷட் தர்சனம்.
இவர் இல்லையா குருவா கூறத்தாழ்வான்.
ஆமா, நீங்க கூறத்தாழ்வான்னு சொன்ன நிறைய ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம்.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞான வைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம்.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः.
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ